Well, we've got a footstool here. Stand on the footstool. I've just got the stick here. I'm just trying to be that monkey. You know, the monkey on the Lion King? You know, he's got that stick and he's standing up on the rock. You just maybe hold it like that, foot, hip up and down. And just hip hikes, but you're holding the stick. As though you're the monkey, you know, that monkey priest on the Lion King. And just try the other side. Okay, so just checking our Zoom's going all right. Yep. And good, you've made it, well done. Got it. Okay, and excellent. So you've had hip hikes both sides. Right, so a little bit of monkey practice. Monkey squat. So it's basically three, once you've got that wide, sort of wide Pilates stance, see the toes pointing out just very slightly, trying to look very manly, of course. Monkey squat. Your bottom goes back, your knees go wide and bend. It looks like you're on a fat pony. These arms are dangling like big, thick ship's ropes. We call them hawsers, is that right? Big ship ropes. And from here, imagine you had a dance move like this. Like everybody could do it, couldn't they? Actually, not everybody could, because some people find it very difficult getting into this monkey position. So remember, the bottom's backward, and the knees are bending forward and wide. And eventually, you have to find a nice positioning of your head, neck, and shoulders here, because if you just try it anywhere else, you know, it doesn't work. You have to have your head and neck nicely aligned with your spine. We could just come out of that. So it is useful. And when you're getting in and out of a chair, could you imagine doing can we do an imaginary ship's rope arms, bottom back and knees wide, and just getting down, sitting down in the chair and coming up again. The beauty of this position here is that it does teach you to hold your spine and head and neck in ways that are useful posturally. And it's putting stamina into all your gardening muscles, right? And quad muscles. And your feet, very soon we could take, wow, I really felt that. Very soon we could take that into footwork as well. So remember, bottom back, knees wide. And just, and if you think about your 15+1, the front of the foot curling into the ground, yeah, you can get your arms moving before you know it, you've got, you can really get going. Yeah. And what happens if you start doing a little dance move here, though? I don't know if anyone would, but you see, you could really get carried away, couldn't you? Now, for those that don't really like doing funny monkey positions, we'll call it athlete ready, because a lot of the time you're down like this as an athlete. You can picture your favorite sport, what, tennis even? Yeah, supposing you're just ready to return the ball. And what's it feel like on the feet? Are you getting your toes working? Well, yeah, we've got a tennis player. I can just see this. Yeah, okay. And athlete ready. Well, your eyes are ready. You're looking up, eyeballs ready to go. Yeah, good. Let's grab this footstool. So that same position, athlete ready. Let's see if we can go surfing. Got your toes just hanging over the fronts. Skateboarding, perhaps. All right, so remember the cues? Like you got ship's rope arms dangling, bottom backwards, knees wide. Well, not too wide here. All right, so, okay, hang 10, or hang 5 anyway. Yeah, okay. I'll try the other way. If you're at home, we'll just pretend you're on a footstool. Just get the other foot in front. And yeah, also if we don't have a footstool, we could just, hey, that's actually quite hard on the ground here. Yeah, so bottom back, knees wide. Well, they are going a few millimeters wide. And the arms just, once you got them dangling, you can just, yeah. Okay, good. Take the stick. And yeah, so just have the stick ready. Imagine it's a Maori hunting stick or taiaha or whatever. Just remember the athlete ready? Your bottom goes back, your knees bend wide. Can you just, and this, how could we keep that going for, instead of doing wall sits, we'll just do half a minute of, yeah, everyone's staying really still. This is really amazing. And you know, for some of my older clients, it's very hard to keep the body still, and you can. Let's try the other side. So we've just got the stick underneath, the footstool underneath, bottom back, knees wide, dangly arms. Right. Yeah, so touch, 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 touch. And your back's doing all the right things, that it's getting stamina for gardening. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Marriage proposal. Just put yourself down like you're gonna propose a marriage, get married. Now we've got the stick. It's like being on guard duty in the Caesar's palace or something. Right, grab a ball. The ball's going up and down, and in order to go up, the elbow straightens. So up there, when you look up the ball, elbow straight. Down here, eye height, elbow is bent. And just come on up. Well, just again, just elbow straight, elbow bent, elbow straight, elbow bent. Where's this going? Well, if we take the body down and the elbow straightens and the ball stays up, can the ball stay in one spot, as though by some perversion of the laws of physics, it's magically going to stay there, so that if I took my fingers away, you'd imagine it's going to stay there. This is how magicians do tricks. See this ball? It's stuck in space. I can't move it. It will not move from this spot. You just got to put your right magician's voice on and people will believe you. Try the other side. So you'll get the idea. You just start with 1 foot back. You lower into marriage proposal. You might only go halfway down. So you go, when you're up, the elbow is straight. And when you're down, the elbow is, oh, as I said, it's bent, it's straight. Let's see how we're doing. Nice, I see that nice look up just to check that it actually is up there. Good, yes, good. Now, there's no marks that reward it. It's just having fun and just really appreciating that the body can actually work it out. Somehow it knows from the angle in the elbow. That's why I'm cueing. When you're up, the elbow's bent. When you're down, the elbow's straight. The body knows from the angle in the elbow how to keep the hand in one spot. And we might look around and say, or not. So, and it doesn't matter if you got it right or wrong, it's just having a play. What a great party trick, by the way. I guess small things amuse small minds. So just come down to tall kneel, rolling to galahad. And so just start lined up, chest pointing ahead, belly button's back at the back, and it's pubic bone down at the front. So the hand tells you what the pubic bone's at. The pubic bone's up, the pubic bone's down. And you've got that front of the foot, the 15 plus 1, gently curling into the ground, balls of toe squeezing together. And yeah, and the hand can just remind you, pubic bone up, pubic bone down. If you want to put the pubic bone reminder with your hand there. Yeah, some of us actually take the feet off. That's all right, quite a good idea. That's kind of what I need because of what's happening in this leg here. So it's actually quite nice. If you want to lift your toes, you can. This turns into a bit of a dance maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you today. I'm just checking around. So you're getting a really nice, this is a magic stretch for all around the upper thigh and the lower tummy. And so we just switch the other side. And so the pubic bone's up and back, and then it comes down and forward. You get this pubic bone up and back and down and forward. And again, just by putting that hand in, it's sort of reminding you, if you link the hand movement with the pubic bone movement, so up and back, forward and down. So you can maybe just link them together. There's all sorts of little tricks where we can bring a little more awareness into body parts. Going to go into tall kneeling with the band under the ankles for triceps strength work. Take the elbows up and back and give us 3. We'll take a little break. We'll do 3 on each side with the body squared off like the Queen of Hearts playing card. Take it squared off, elbow back. And the other side, elbow back. 1, 2, 3. So we can think about lift the shoulder, and the ribs are lifting, right? So this is why, if you take your pointed shoulder up, the ribs will tend to lift as well. They usually will, they don't have to. So take the side ribs and the shoulder up to send the arm up. And you'll feel like, yeah, we're doing a straight up and down now. And we'll try the other side. This is like punch for the sky, and the other side, just the shoulder and the ribs lift, side ribs lift, side ribs lift. Knees wide. Put it down. Just place it down there. Put your knees on the band quite wide. So once you're there, just take it out from. You can see that, and we just. If you had a sword in a scabbard here, it's like draw your sword. It's like on guard. Can you imagine what it sounds like? The steel rattling out of the scabbard. Was this like Sorcerers and Demons or whatever it is, Games of Thrones? We've got to have a few sword fights. Usually they do a lot of talking in those things over. We want to get to the sword fight, so on guard. So now that you're here, just make space in the pinch zone. Just ask that upper arm bone, the pointed shoulder, go back and down. And keep it there. Now at the back, your shoulder blade pulled into your spine, but make space here. Just push it away and make more space. What's the name? Does the sword have a name? Excalibur. And we'll just change over. Was that okay for everyone? I mean, if you got a little bit of pinchy shoulders, you might know about it. All right. Just don't cheat. Like, you got to have a little bit of, don't go to the end of the band, just come down a little bit. On guard. And this is actually called drawn sword. It's a known exercise. On guard. It's exactly the movement that if you can do it without pain, it's exactly the strength movement that's going to help a shoulder impingement, if you can do it without pain. And I'll just have the very short time with push the upper arm bone back and down to take it out of the shoulder pinch zone. Pushing back, pushing back. Okay, apple put in your hand. So you put the toe back, push the shoulder back, push the shoulder back. We'll have a lot of apples behind us shortly. Push the shoulder back. Just let it relax. So it is really making space here, that the upper arm bone is going away from the tip of the collarbone. We'll just change side, just push it back, push it back. If you don't think about pushing, you won't. Not the most comfortable thing, is it? And remember, push it back. Push it back. Yeah, push it back. Just keep that going. So, yeah. It actually is quite true. If someone's got shoulder impingement, the physio or the Pilates instructor look at them, you know, and there's the shoulder, and it's sort of rolled forward like that. And it's just rolled forward and maybe riding up into the collarbone. So just roll back and come out. And so that they'll have this chest expansion type exercises. Yeah, that's making space. All right, that's good. We'll stop at that. Now we'll go into all fours, toes pointing back, knees a little bit wide, rocking back. Find what your knees can give you. And you come up, push back with your fingers in the front of your palm, just pushing with the fingers and palms. We're going to go into a puppy pose stretch with the right hand a little further forward. Away we go. Oh, quite a lot forward, perhaps. Press down into the right. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Nice. And just take your body and move an inch or so to the right and come out. So you're pushing into the stretch side. As you go to the right, we'll push the hand forward. Now, if your head rolls a little bit, rotates a bit, that's fine. How are we doing? You can go into that and out. Bring the hand back, other hand forward, left hand forward. Down we go. Resting the head there. If we just go a little to the left and push the left hand forward, wow, that's good. And back, and again, push the left hand forward, go to the left. And you can relax your head, neck, and shoulders on that. You might get so relaxed that you're going to drool. Single leg stretch in a new position. Well, you know, remember how you hug a knee in? And then you send a leg away. Can you do it? Hug a knee in and then send it away. This is actually, which muscles are getting the most work out here? The support arm, right? We'll go the other side once we've done 5. So hug a knee in and send it leg away. Oh, this poor old leg's feeling a bit tired. Correct, yeah. So I think most of us has decided we didn't want to take a hand and grab a knee. Was that because it's just a bit hard getting one shoulder to support all the weight, or perhaps it was a cunning moment of not actually seeing what the instructor was doing. So just to show, it was like hug a knee in and go along, and so hug a knee in and go. Just perhaps do one each side if your shoulders will give it to you. Yeah, so hug a knee in and the hands down and the legs long. And you'll see what I mean. That's the same shape and space as single leg stretch. Why don't we do some single leg stretch? So, you know, hug a knee in. Well, we've actually got 2 hands hugging it in and 1 leg on. And we'll just switch it over. So it's a similar movement. Let's stay with the single leg stretch. We'll take a 2-second break. And when we come up again, have 1 hand behind your head and 1 on the knee. Head up, hand on the knee, and the other knee is just free to do some expressive movements. What would it be? Could you conduct an orchestra with this leg now? This could be interesting, couldn't it? Right. 1, 2, 3, triangles. Down, outside, up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do, 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 do. I can't really do the 1, 2, 3. Any orchestra conductor, see, you've got a good triangle movement there. Down, out, up in the diagonal. We can switch sides. And 1, out, up on the diagonal. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And cross your ankles, interlace fingers over knees. If that's a little difficult, just curl fingers around knees. Head down. And just find, this is happy baby. It's like lying back in the cot. And it's a great moment to breathe into your belly and lower ribs and keep the throat open and relaxed. So you breathe in. And the back of the neck sinks down because your neck's relaxed. Pilates 100, 90, 90, 20 pumps. Inhale, 2, 3, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now very soon we're going to point the left leg up to the ceiling, push the heel away. Up it goes. Now, almost like a swimming action, 3 times with one hand and alternate, just touch your toe like you're swimming. Switch over, push the heel away. Roll up, both legs long, arms behind. And come up to the sticking point and look straight ahead. Then we're going to go back down. Sticking point, go back down. It's like your arms are a big fan wafting at the ceiling. Come up, look at you between your toes, come back down. Oh, poor old tummy, come back down. What's it like for your tummy? Is it feeling okay, or is it still worn out from a previous workout? Is it the same both sides? Is the tummy a little bit sore on one side because one side works harder than the other? So mine's a little bit sore on the left at the moment. Historically, it's always been working harder on the right. I don't know if a change is good or not. All right, so if you're good with that, you can do a single-legged assist, one hand behind a knee, or you just come up to the sticking point and keep moving because that little bit of momentum just helps. When you're up in your horseshoe, your chest rounds and lifts, and the back of the neck rounds and lifts. And down we go. So it's just arms up, head up, and keep going. And the chest lifts and rounds, and the neck lifts a little and round, and back of the neck lifts and rounds. All right, so you might give me 3 more. I'm just going to do 1 more and just keep going. Please come up and see how we're doing. Yeah, and then maybe only do that first bit up to the sticking point. That'll be okay. Okay, so we'll do some hip mobilizing now. I'm just going to do it in 3. Though you're watching, windscreen wiper, arms wide, 1 and over, and 2 and over, and 3 and over. And we just do the other leg now. It's like 1 and over and 2. I got my arms wide here. We're going to go from here into a sideline quad stretch. And we're looking to get some nice hip joint mobilizing. You might need to wrap a band around your ankle. I'm just going to grab her. And here we got from the clam sideline position. We're doing a quad stretch, but we're see if we can make a big circle with the knee. This is our single leg circles today. Maybe it's good with a band. Some of us like to use a band, but you're feeling it anyway. We're loosening out, getting to get this really tight sheet of connective tissue on this front and outer thigh, and probably a stretch on the inside thigh as well. Up and around. Now, if you had to stir up a cannibal's pot or a whaler's pot with your knee, it's lying on its side. How big, and go the other way, how big could you make the circle? Could you imagine you got olive oil in that joint? Yeah, that's good. Now, I'm just going to try what it's like, just to know how everyone's finding that with the doubled over band on the, yeah. So I think if you have your fingers, your knuckle pointing forward and the elbow pointing back, I think that's probably the easiest way to do that. Oh yeah, that's working. So that your fist, you're hanging on to that band, so your thumb is away from your ankle if you've got the band. Yeah, so that connective tissue feel like it had a really good, it feels like a tired stretch, does it? It's quite nice. Okay, we'll go the other side. Now, if it's a bit difficult for a quad stretch, you just double the band around, put it around your ankle. So from the clam position, sideline, make big knee circles. Let's get my fingers over, nice comfortable bit of foot there. Now, usually we do this, this is good. There's so many tight runner's muscles. Let's get and walkers and chair sitters and most people, we have a lot of sort of hobble-de-hoy people walking around. This is the nursery rhyme. You put a kid on your lap and you say, this is the way the old man rides on the horse, and it's hobble-de-hoy. And there's a lot of old men walk like this, so just hips going everywhere, just rolling along because the hips can't hold them steady. Let's mobilize to see how we're going here. You pull the knee all the way back, big circles. I can't say they're yummy circles. It's quite actually, we're moving really big muscles, just sending that thigh around. Really big muscles. So it's actually quite a workout in its own way. Okay, we're still in side lying. Come with me and prop on an elbow for a Roman feast, because this is how you'd have a feast in Roman times, right? And I just like you to send and fingers to the ceiling, the back of the elbows pushing into the ground, and let your hips lift. Push the back of the elbow into the ground. Good. And we're holding here for about 12 seconds or so. Down we come. And we'll change over. And just the other side. Roman feast on the other arm. I think a very chummy sort of pally sort of way to have a feast, isn't it? And you push the back of the elbow into the ground. Back of the elbow pushing into the ground, up we come. And you'll be surprised, we'll be doing side planks before we know it, with the knees straight. Push the back of the elbow, and the shoulder blade joins the elbow, and we're just about there. We're going to go back to rocking boat, like that. And actually rocking chair, because we're coming up to the seat. We're down we go. And when you're up, you've got your hands pressing against your thighs. The elbow and also the upper arm bone are just going down and out away from your throat here, just down and out. I'm going to cue us into rolling like a ball. That's where I need that thicker mat, don't I? I hope you got a thick one there. Right, just hug your, we're good. Just a quick glance behind, your head's not going to hit anything. We are all okay. So just look down at your belly, keep looking at your belly, roll like a ball with gay abandon. Send your sit bones to the ceiling, or just sit and hold the position and laugh at everyone else. That is just fine. So we can now go to Shelly Powell rolling. It's the same shape and space as the rocking chair, but this time the hands are on the ground. Just send your sit bones to the ceiling. The knees stay at the same angle. Come back. So if you can go up there and keep pushing your sit bones up to the ceiling, and then come back down. And you might, I might just give another 20 seconds out to play with that. Feel the strength you're getting around your shoulder girdle, around the back of your shoulders there. Yeah, I'm suggesting keep the knees bent to 90 degrees for a super safe on the lower back version. Knees at 90, sit bones to the ceiling. You'll never do any harm. And you'll have a bit of fun as well. All right, so what's the first abdominal exercise? Single leg stretch. I'm going to say, all right, and then 2 seconds later, I'm there. Can you be there with me? Single leg stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Double leg stretch. 2, 1. Single straight leg stretch. Yep. Pull, nice stretch. Pull, oh, what a stretch. Double leg lower lift. The way I do it is just put fists under your hips. Keep your back to the mat. If the leg's low, you can squeeze your glute muscles to bounce back up again. Just squeeze against the hands. I like to have fists here. You can have flat hands, that's all right. The crisscross. The crisscross. 4, 3, we'll just hold with pointy toes there. 2, 1. Rock on up for spine stretch forward and just show it to me. Hopefully you're in motion already. So the actual rhythm is a bit like rowing a boat, but you're mobilizing through your head, spine, starting with the head nodding forward and then each vertebra in sequence. Away you go. Row your boat, or spine stretch forward. Yeah, we've got the boat image working really well, and we're getting some nice spine stretch forward as well. So another image we can use is to roll up and over a barrel. Well, the head starts, and each vertebra rolls up and over one of these. Rolling up and over a barrel. The chest lifts, and the tummy will just subtly pull in. Did the back of the neck lift? And then unfurl yourself from your barrel, rolling up and over a barrel. You feel your chest lift away from your hips. It's like you've got a skinny waist. Up and over a barrel, chest lift, back of neck lift. Roll back out. Show me 2 more. Yeah, quite a nice diving action. Why don't we go seated swimming, get the arm ready. So this, I call this the Marilyn Monroe stretch. It's like, hi guys, look at your hand, point your fingers back, stretch your palm. You got your silly smile on, show off those really amazing artificial teeth you got there. Now, don't look at my teeth, they really need some work. Okay, and then you dive into just below your kneecap with the elbow as high as possible, and the shoulder as high as possible. Stretch the palm and send the elbow and shoulder up. Stretch, and let me just give you a couple more there. You know, you really press into that end of movement both ways. You're breathing. I know I'm breathing now. I'm just saying, no, I've done it. We'll go to the other side. Put the hand behind the back, right? Yeah. Look with loving eyes at your hand, because it's a photo shoot, right? Yeah, work with me, elbow and shoulder high. That's what camera guys say to the lovely ladies, isn't it? Come on, work with me. Give us your best smile. So you can press into both of those movements. So there's stretches at the one end, there's stretches at the other. We say press into the end of movement, press into the movement. You get the mobilization into a stretch. So we want to twist if we do the saw. There's the twist, right? There's the twist. So we want the twist. When we go into the saw, see, twist. Stretching, it's like the double-barreled Marilyn Monroe now. I don't know where to look. Okay, twisty, twist, do 5. Chest lifting, back and neck lifting. Stretch. Twisty, twist, do 5. Chest lifting, back and neck lifting. Okay, driver looks behind. Well, in quick succession, just think of body parts from your hairline to your eyeballs in the corners of the eyes, the neck, the jaw, the shoulders, the upper ribs, the mid ribs, the lower ribs. The belly button's going around, the knees are coming over. Push through a foot, curl your toes, look a bit more. And just keep the legs the same. So, right, the head's around, the eyeballs around, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest. One hip's lifted. The knees come right over. Toes point to the side. Push through your toe, wriggle your toes. Come on out. So you're just using all the body parts to help a little more twist. Good. Bridging. How much bridging? How much of the abdominal work could we do a single leg stretch in bridging? Let's find out. Well, hands on the hips, just fingers, thumbs down. We'll push your hips up. And take a knee up. And put the same side hand on the knee. And then just point your hand at the ceiling, like shake hands with the gods reaching out of the clouds, and tuck your knee in. And yeah, it's just like a handshake pointing with your fingers to the ceiling. This is quite a nice single leg stretch movement, changing over to the other side, get the other knee up. Okay. And yeah, that's good. All right, now it gets a little bit interesting. Come on down. We're going to do the same with a difference. Up. If you take a left knee up, you could do that. Take the right hand onto the knee. And you hug the knee in. Now, Send them out on the diagonal like a starfish. So the leg goes out the side, the arm goes out the side, and come back in and touch the knee. And we'll do a total of 4. Oh, this is good. How are we doing? Yeah, that's like, you're a starfish. And come up and do the other side. So you're reaching out on the diagonal to the other leg. You got the arm by the sides. So they both go out to the side. So they're both on the diagonal. So they're going to make you so fit, young, handsome, and beautiful, you'll never be the same. We'll be so fighting fit. We'll be running marathons with Alan here, and you might join me for a 400-meter race someday. But neither of us want you to beat us, so don't work too hard, right? Just come on down. Shoulders relaxed and flat to mat like dinner plates. You can take a breath into all of the lower half of the chest and let the belly join in. And the neck and throat's open like a wide bore vacuum cleaner. All right, double leg stretch on the bridge. No, it's not going to work, is it? We can work the hands though. Take your hands and on your thighs, and then just take them along behind. And with the arms along behind, just send your head a little bit side to side. And just with these arms behind your head, did you find you can boost your hips high if you just squeeze your glute muscles a little? And so just bring the hands forward and the arms back, and we can just, if you like, just tap on your thigh muscles. And those are big muscles, those thigh muscles. Right now, if you work your quad muscles and your glute muscles, we're working basically the biggest muscles in the body. Good. Okay, we'll come on down. What about single straight leg stretch? Well, guess what? This is a Pilates exercise in a bridge. You come on up, and hands by the sides, and just take a toe to the ceiling. Now point the toe to the wall in front and send the hip high. So that's the little trick I want. Point to the ceiling. And when you're pointing to the wall in front, send that hip high. Push through the elbow to the ceiling, forward, send the hip high. And one more. So you've got to push in the elbow that side. Just switch sides. So see how we put that little cue in? I'll just come on the upper side, the leg, toes pointing. Well, the toe points to the wall in front. Now take the elbow on that side, push into that, send the hip high. Okay, so if the leg is low, the hip comes up. And just give me 2 more, a total of 4. Yeah, okay. Good. Now the hips might have been really high, or they might have been just off the mat, but just as long as they were off the mat, you felt that okay? I think we did pretty good. Let's just go straight into clam position open. We've just been doing bridging, right? Open clam position is also bridge on the diagonal. Can you boost up? Now we can do that. We can try. The hips, push the hips high, let your head be down. And if you've done 5, you've done really well. Now the hips may not come off the ground, but unweight the scale. All right, so we're really nimble. We're like circus act here. This is brilliant. Yeah, well done. Yeah, so we'll stay in open in the bridge on the diagonal, but we'll turn it now into an open clam position for this lower leg work. All right, just give us 2. And now put a hand on that up thigh here and give us another 2. All right, and now we'll give another 2, attach a string between your finger and thumb and your knee and pull your knee up. Now you've got to convince me there really is a string here. And we'll do 3. And then we'll go to the other side. Why are we changing over now, do you ask? That's so I don't forget what we've been doing. Just remind me, we're starting with the bridge on the diagonal. All right. And so we just send the hips up, and you're up in the bridge. And we'll take a hand, tap your thigh, take the arm behind, and touch the thigh and arm behind. There's lots of wonderful core work, like the core of the body is the center of the body. Okay, so we can come down out of the bridge. I bet once we've done this, we'll be so good at doing side planks, because that's one of the real tests of fitness. Lower leg straight, the knee straight. And it's just up and down for 2. And I'm getting a bit uncertain of what the next one is. Help me here. We've got up and down for 2 with a string. And what was the other one? There was a third one. Yeah, the string between your fingers and your knee 3 times. Okay. Do a couple extra just for luck, and I'm just lost my thread there. Pardon the pun. Okay, so we'll just bring the knees together. We'll go into the classic side kicks up and down. So you take your elbow here and just prop on your elbow. You see you've got a curvy body now. And we've got a variable amount of load on the side of the neck. And the more you push your head into your hand, the more load you got on your neck. So you got a little bit of choice there. Or you could let yourself sink down and look for the stretch in the armpit and rib and side ribs. Right, we'll straighten both knees. Top leg, up and down 3 times. Keep the top hip forward. Let's take the hands on the hip, keep it forward. Curl your thumb around on your hip pocket. Pull the top hip forward with your thumb. Did we do 3? So now we know the hips forward. Just finger and thumb string, pull your knee up, and then lower together. Now, the trick is to give this visual illusion that there really is a string there. And anyone looking at you, if they weren't looking too close, say, oh, he's got a string between his hand and his knee here. Okay, I think we're going to do 6, are we? All right, now just come on down. Now there's a special one here. Top leg forward all the way. Put the hand behind your knee or calf or wherever you can reach. Now imagine you could you bring this kneecap up to touch your nose? And no, not today. So however far you can bring the leg up, just take it back about 6 inches or so. And now up and down 3 times. You can have some support with the hand in front of your heart. And when we've done 3, take a little break, and then we're going to go to the string version, up and down. Okay. We're going to go back to the other side for this classic side kicks. Up and down, propped on the elbow. So both knees are straight. And you can put a variable load on your side of your neck. If you push your head down on your hand and the ribs lift, that's more load. Funny thing is, it may feel a little more comfortable because it's a little straighter. Or you can let the ribs sink, you just try to sink down and the ribs are stretching. And you could probably have a little bit in between. If you like to just rest your hand on your biceps, that's fine. So up and down. I'll put the thumbs on the hips to get the hip forward. I think we do 1. What do we do, 3 or 4? What did I say, guys? It's the Alzheimer's cutting in. Shouldn't joke about that. Thumb, string, finger and thumb, string. That's kind of, and we just bring the thigh all the way forward. You put your hand behind your leg and just ask it to come a bit more, like your kneecap's going to hit your head or your toe is going to swing up above your head somewhere. Not today, maybe. And then just take it back about, 15 centimeters. Because with the hand in front of the heart, you just go up and down. Ooh. Might do 3. And then here's a string. Oh, up we go. Off we go. Give us 1 more. We're going to come up for a seated knee to opposite breast stretch. Let's just take some time out to stretch and mobilize now. Hugging in. That really hits the spot there. Now, you can actually take this low and can you bend it a little and just lean back. Now you've got a little more. You just take the top elbow around that, the other elbow around there and hug in, and you just try and just get a little bit of help from the other. See that's down and you can pull the leg over. You look like Kali, the whatever dog and god from India. One that sort of ties itself up in knots. And it's got about 20 elbows. And we switch over. So we can just do the standard hug a knee with the opposite elbow. Or if we let ourselves lean back, like a hand just behind might be good, and just work the stretch with this lower leg. Lower knee pulls the leg over. It's a big, it's a big leg there. It can easily handle a little push there, like an arm's small, but a leg's big. If you ask a leg to help in a stretch, right, push the leg over there. That leg's pushing the whole shin over. So what other ways can we do this stretch? In actual fact, the nicest way, I think, is to sit in a chair and do that stretch. And I might just pull out some comfy chairs in a minute. So what's the nicest way to stretch the side hip? Yeah, as long as you're feeling I just rock into that and come out. As long as you feel the stretch, then you know it's all right. I don't think I need to cue much more, do I? You might rock one way or other. You might think, oh, yeah, oh, that's a bit tight. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Other side, if you're not there already. All right, we're going to go on to our fronts shortly. Just baby style swimming. And just see what you're ready. Over we go, baby style swimming. You put your hands on front, slide your palms forward, lift your fingers, slide your palms back. You're propped on the elbows and your lower rib. Propped on the elbows and lower rib. So just take one leg up, squeeze the glute, lower it back down. Other leg up, squeeze the glute, lower it back down. So already, without you thinking about it, you'll find you're probably resting quite a lot of weight on your pubic bone. And that's a good place there. It's strong to take a load. All right, so a leg lifts, squeeze the glute, lower back down. The other leg. All right, take a right hand off the ground and just keep going with the legs. On that right arm, just take the shoulder away from your chin and try to keep it relaxed around the right side of the neck. And swing with those 5 feet. The knee comes up, squeeze the glute. The other knee, squeeze the glute. Take the other hand up, just. All right, so do you think we could do both hands off the ground? Well, think about it. Squeeze, glute, squeeze. It's like swimming, marching. We're doing pretty good. See if you can get the knee off the ground and squeeze the glute. All right, both hands off the ground. One leg up, the other. I've got my hands about half an inch above the ground. Maybe the hands are resting on the ground on an unweighted scale. That's the cueing version, I think, that we're beginning to feel. How do we do? Prop on the elbows. We're propped on the elbows. Sphinx stretch. Swan dive. We're going to go into swan dive. Just let your tummy relax. I think if we were in Roman feast propped on an elbow, there's times when we probably want to prop on our elbows facing the, when they bring out the pavlova, as they, in Roman times, the pavlova, you probably want to face the meal. Like, oh, the pavs are out now, guys. Heard of the Pax Romana? Well, the Australians took that and they made it into the Pav Australia. Or was it the New Zealanders? The Pav Romana. Okay, hands by the side of the chest, push on up. And the tummy firms and the hips lift. Did your tail tuck? And if you let your hips sink, you can feel there's a little more bend in the lower spine. Only take it as far as what's right for you. Down we go. So your head's up and you feel a ripple of bend happening through your spine. Off we go. And your tummy's firm and the hips are lifting a little. If it's feeling all right, you can let the hips go down. And eventually you end up in a cobra, if it feels right for you. We'll do just 3 more. Keep your elbows within the line of the mat. You feel your tummy's flattening and firming. And okay, just checking in, we find that's all right. Good, nice. We got some. We have some cobra experts here. Oh, you're good. You've got a good shape there. That's good. Okay. We'll take ourselves into all fours and slide Slide the foot out. And if we just rock forward and back a little and just look a little left and right, looking left and right. You know, this is the sort of position that you go for and you look right, you're looking left. Look like a shifty-eyed criminal. Come back and you're pressing back and you look left and right. Look ahead, look around. So we're just finding by just helping, if you look, your shoulders will move a little one way or another. We're looking for little micro stretches and forward and back. Yeah, there's some really great strength and stretch work happening here. I love it. I love it. It's looking great. Let me just take the leg out the other side. We play with movement. We come to the end. We're exploring the end range of movement. Maybe exploring if we've got a little bit of strength there. We don't have to think about it. So just rock forward and backward, leg out the side. Yeah, just leg out the side. This is where your inner child really gets going. Your inner toddler. And if you're forward, you might just look left and right like a shifty-eyed burglar. And you might go back and look left and right, and your shoulders might look left and right as well. Lots of lovely stretches. Okay, so we'll come to starting block stretch. Just two hands alongside a foot. Down we go. Just bend your elbows and come down to kiss the mat. Or think about kissing the mat, just lower your front end. All right, did you get an inch lower? All right, so we'll just take the whole body back, the front knee straightening. You might just replace that so you've got like the foot working like an accelerator pedal. And you could just take your hands on the foot and just ask it to go down and ask it to come up. Down and up, if you can reach that far. It's a good way to get to know your foot. Your foot. How do you like working like an accelerator pedal? Let's change over. Oh, stiff. Right, two hands by the foot. Down we go to kiss the mat. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So we could take a snapshot of everyone here and everyone's looking like an amazing athlete. Well done. Sinking down. I'm really stiff this side. How are you? How are you going? And so down another bit. Kiss the mat if you can. Don't worry if you can't. And just a little longer. Okay, well, back we go. So once the front knee's straight, I'm just repositioning that foot a little. An accelerator pedal foot, just back, up, down, and up. This is where your toes are sort of moving the action. You get to know your toes. If you push the foot down, you've got to stretch your front of the ankle, you come back up, pull your toes towards you, you get your calf muscle in a stretch. That pull the foot towards you, you're getting a little bit of a nerve floss stretch there. Okay. Now, if we're trying to stretch out the rear end, and sometimes a stretch isn't enough. So if we've got two balls here, this is like a crab crawl position, and you can get a lot of shoulder strength doing that. But to make it easier, just put a ball in under it, and just sit on it. Now, often I'll use the big ball, but it's just a little bit hard. So it's quite nice to use the soft one just around your sit bone, or just between the hip pocket and the sit bone. How's that feel? It's a little bit kinder than the big ball, but the big ball is really good too. And I'm going to go the other side. You might want to try the bigger ball. So sometimes because of a nerve pinch just at the bottom of the hip pocket here, I'll get the hamstring muscles start cramping up. So if I massage here, it fixes the muscle here. Just loosen things around that nerve. Okay. Great. Yeah, we've got all sorts of, you can do straight leg version. You can do hamstring. You put the big ball in. Yeah. Just try the big ball now. Just which do you like the best? It's a little bit firm, but it's quite nice.
Quite small.
Oh, okay, good. Everyone's different, eh? It's really amazing. And if we got, remember Roman feast? And you just pop the ball in. I don't know whether, I'm going to try the small one. I just feel like, just try. Oh yeah, no, it's the big one. It's big ball territory. Roman feast. Friends, Romans, countrymen, massage your side hip. This is just the, and by then we can actually come into an open clam position and adjust the feet. And here we are, you could be at the Roman feast and in between main course and dessert, you just, get your massage ball out and just massage your side hip. Just ready for the next gladiatorial Olympics. So this sort of, you're using gravity to help the thing, and it's something that you can get to quite like, because there's some very good core workout and shoulder strength happening at the same time. So you might just get to like that. It's not as though it's a particularly Roman feast again. Yeah, we're pretty much time. I think we're just going to have to stop about now, but there's something that we can do this on the wall, but you might find that it's quite nice to take a bit of time out and pretend you're at a Roman feast. A bit of massage. I feel like I just want to stop here for 5 minutes and massage it out. Wow. We look back in history and it's quite amazing. It's still the same human beings doing the same silly things over and over again. Ain't that true? Thanks for being here, everybody. So you've been a wonderful audience. So it would, yeah, just that's my big ego, perhaps. So thanks for being here.